provide such great healing if the Grand Challenge is going to be proc later on. But the Sona though is going to be removed. Ornn as well going to be taken away. Severe as the response by Thundertalk. With the Vladimir as well, the exact bans that they did in game number 1 and 2 is just going to be made here in the second rotation as well.
Yeah, same bans for Thundertalk. They feel very comfortable on this side of the map, on the blue side. Corki being priority pick here for the side of KBG tells us that they might be going for a double marksman composition because this Corki does not serve as much in terms of the early game. We would need another one to justify the scaling that would be needed of him. Lucian could be a follow-up pick right here by KBG, but right now with the hover on the Rakan, this is a possible Zai pick on the side of Thundertalk, but ooh, this was banned in game 3. Yasuo being hovered.
But immediately changed to the Zeri. Looks like Z wants to redeem his performance on this champion, but the Lucian is going to be picked up here for Andra9, and it's his time to bully in the mid lane.
Yeah, it's going to be his time to bully but possibly a Lucian in the mid lane. I feel like it's going to be a Corki for Andra9, as we saw earlier as well. It's usually the Zeri Corki matches in the mid lane because both champions don't really have as much of a strong early game, so you'd rather match them together so that they would just have the opportunity to just scale into the game. Galio, I believe, was left open in this match. It could have been picked up as well on the side of Thundertalk to match with that Ezreal on the bot side, but nevertheless, it's still a Rakan and an Ezreal, both slippery champions, so it's going to be a very tall task for KBG. If the Ton is able to get to the bot side early, it's going to be hard for him to gank just because of how slippery both Rakan and Ezreal could get.
Yeah, plus add in the Fiora, right? That's a lot of slippery movements on the side of Thundertalk right now, and KPS Gaming has to get a good grip towards them in the latter fights. I think that a great way to utilize this is through the Nautilus. That can just assure the lockdown potential of this KBG composition. They have lots of crowd controls, lots of front lines to provide safety for both Andra9 and Ashama as well. And Thundertalk this time is going to be having a much more difficult scenario and locking them down since they don't have the Camille. But the Shen can actually just do the trick as well. Against double ADCs, this can actually work.
Yeah, he does have the field wherein all attacks miss when he does have that sword. So it's gonna be hard for both the Lucian and the Corki to have their damage stick if it's going to be the auto attacks for them. Luckily as well, both of these champions have a lot of abilities that they throw out to deal damage, so it might not be as big of a factor coming into this match. But right now, heading into this game between Thundertalk and KBG, if Thundertalk wins this, they will be at match point. On the other end for KBG, if they do win this, they will be able to even out this series.
Yeah, that's the goal of KBG. They want to even out the series. They want to reset the series right now and turn it into just a plain best of 3. And that will also give them the momentum advantage, of course, since if ever they do win in this game, they're the ones who are actually consistently winning for the past 2 games. And Thundertalk is going to be a little bit confused on that in that case and how they are just going to be adjusting. But in this game, actually, they are just having a great adjustment, to be honest. They have great front lines, they have good field, they have good CC. The lock-in is massive and they can synergize later on with their movement speed. Actually, Yu going in, forcing out the grand exit here by Chen-Si. Just the flash as well gonna be used just to be able to be safe in the lane. They need to be very careful.
Yeah, good force right there from the side of KBG, forcing Chen-Si out because he did stick. He was a bit overextended in the lane, but now X-Buy being here in the bot side of the map checks if there's a ward, does get spotted, but the Ton almost going for a gank there in the top side, chooses not to, respecting the repose as well as the ward, spotting him out, not giving that surprise factor in the top side. But so he might be getting caught out here.
Oh, great dodge right there. Actually, not really a dodge, he just went towards to the left, and it was very fortunate because you casted in the dredge line. And yeah, he's just gonna be safe here in the bottom lane for now. KBG is just gonna be clearing out the wave. The reset is just gonna be coming through for Soil and Chen-Si. No kills just yet, and that's at least good scenarios coming in from Thundertalk, but still very, very scary.
Yeah, very scary. And I think it's also you can also say it as a bit of a presence of mind thing for the side of the Ezreal, right? The Soil thinking that they could still be here does put down the ward and then immediately dodges. I think X-Buy might be spotted here, but KG, okay, he might have seen the sword going into the brush. He also probably saw the scryers getting used, so there is no surprise factor here in the top side.
It's like it's like Aurelion Sol hiding in the bush, right?
Yes.
I do remember the meme, or like when people first use the Aurelion Sol and doesn't know just yet that you cannot unfortunately hide the stars.
Yeah.
And it's actually great that the Aurelion Sol is also gonna be revamped. Because it's much better with the version it has now that is integrated in the PC version of this game.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to see it in the next upcoming, well, hopefully patches, but I'm not sure if it's gonna reach towards the finals.
Yeah, definitely gonna be an exciting champion coming out in Wild Rift, but yeah, I do hope to see that soon. But right now, here in this game, the Ton is in the top side of the map. That's it, spotted by awards. I'm not sure if he's still gonna continue. Actually, he's still going for this guy. Oh no,
going towards the clear, and Shin just poke him out, telling him, walk away, stay away from me. I'll just farm here in the top lane, freeze the wave as well. Actually, one got away, still gonna be able. No, he wasn't able to take it. That's sad.
Yeah, I wasn't able to get that last one. Very silent in terms of the early game right now for both of these teams. No one really going for these big movements, no one going for these big ganks, and this is very similar to the games 1 and 2 where we were looking for some of these more bigger movements for the side of KBG to try force things out. They do have a Hecarim as well as the Nautilus. These two champions combined have so much engaged potential, especially if they're trying to dive down turrets. But as we get into the 5-minute mark, objectives are going to come out, both the Herald and the Dragon. In terms of scaling, feels like Thundertalk would really want to have the Dragon because both the Ezreal and the Zeri would benefit a lot in terms of the scaling portion. On the other hand, for KBG, they do want to deny that, so I feel like Dragon would be a very heavily contested objective coming to this 5-minute mark.
Yeah, they have. This is gonna be interesting. Thundertalk for the first time is gonna be ditching the Dragon, and it's just primarily because they're not really in prime position, in prime condition to engage into a team fight just yet against KBG.
Yeah, this circuit usually we do see some teams going in for like for a possible contest, but maybe they just respected the package enough coming from Andra 9. Actually, they want to get the top side. Is not the usual thing where you see mid lane getting prioritized. Dalton is at the top side though.
Yeah, and they will help each other out, prevent the tower from falling down. Yes, you were able to get a couple of plates, but I don't think that's a great move coming in from Thundertalk in general.
Yeah. Bit impatient on the Herald usage. They could have prepped that more. They could have rotated the bot lane, both their Ezreal and the Rakan on a good timing on the top side, and then maybe get a bit more chip damage down the turret to be able to get the turret down. But it doesn't seem like Thundertalk is interested in accelerating the pace of the game anytime soon. They want both their Zeri and their Ezreal to be able to farm, and if they did destroy the mid lane turret, that would have accelerated the pace of the game by just a bit. So might be the decision here by Thundertalk just to put down a bit more pressure, but not necessarily forcing things against KBG, so that KBG may have more opportunity to force Thundertalk in some kind of a mistake.
Yeah, no mistake so far being made by KBG. Despite tower being chunked down and the plates being taken here by Thundertalk, we don't see any value of it, to be honest. At most, yes, they were able to get a couple of gold, but it's not enough for them to actually be able to be the one that is ahead in gold against KBG. We see more value on the Dragon being secured by KBG, especially because it's an Infernal Dragon as well. And they're the ones that are going to be threatening for a Soul Point Dragon later on. This everything's being turned around right now by KBG, to be honest.
Yeah, in terms of the late game scaling, I do agree that they are turning things around. Chelsea getting caught out here.
And immediately followed up as well. Chensi needs to walk away As X-Spice just helping out through the shields, of course, they are going to be allowing him to stay alive with 1 HP.
Yeah, that's what we talked about earlier, right? When the Rakan was first picked by the side of Thunder, but mid lane falling so low here by Xiaoma and Datan. But going back as well to my point earlier, Rakan is not the tankiest champion when going for these engages, and he just went in there, absorbed all of the damage coming in from the Corki and the Nautilus, almost putting him down. So it's gonna be hard here for ThunderTalk to have these like early game engages. They need to wait for KBG to either make a mistake or force the issue on an objective fight.
Yeah, it's very tough right now for ThunderTalk. But the good thing about ThunderTalk is that every single champion that they have picked up here in this game actually are scaling champions.
Yeah.
And it's going to be very effective later on, at least on these small skirmishes, possibly on the big team fights as well. KBG, on the other hand, the Renekton is going to be falling off.
Ooh.
The Stand United going to be used here for as well, just to be able to be safe. Is, again, just massive indication that KBG is stepping on the gas pedal, applying pressure here towards ThunderTalk. Shin going to be unlocking the tower finally, and unharmed in any way as well.
Yeah, he just snuck up on the turret, hit it from the side, and gets first turret of the game for the side of ThunderTalk, giving them a larger gold infusion towards them because they did get the first tower blood of the game. Stand United, as pointed out earlier, was used as well by the Shen, so this won't be available anytime soon. It's also preventing ThunderTalk from using it in any offensive way at the moment, and usually that's one of the things that you expect or would like to see from a team that has a Shen, to use the Stand United offensively on tower dives, so able to get more of an advantage. And I think by burning that, it's still gonna be able to reach a possible dragon fight in the next couple of seconds. In 25 seconds actually it's gonna come up, so that's the next big point of contention. And in this series so far, we've seen ThunderTalk really squeeze out their health bars when it comes to objective fights.
KG
Datan
and Shin going at each other immensely. Datan gonna be in the area as well, but immediate back away by Shin just to be safe. And ThunderTalk not actually answering just yet on anything. But the dragon is going to be spawning out. Datan is not going to be here, and ThunderTalk starting this already. KBG has to fight. They have to stall it out. The steal is not going to come through this time around, though, as the timing is just not great here for Datan. Chensi, though, has to walk away. The rest of ThunderTalk is going to be dashing through as well. ThunderTalk get away. KBG too late into the fight, and Shin big value on his attention grabbing a while ago in the top lane.
Yeah, exactly. Shin catching the attention of Datan. Datan is like, had that aggro meter on Shin, getting taunted essentially by the aggression on the top side, running to the top side, using his charge, not allowing him to have enough time, but you almost catching soil. Wow.
Stand United gonna be used. Chensi will not engage, and KBG will walk away unscathed as well.
Yeah, great defensive plays coming in from ThunderTalk so far, but they might be caught out on the Scuttle Crab.
Yeah, this time Xiaoma is actually stepping forward. KBG will not pursue. That leaves them be, at least for this phase of the game. ThunderTalk, though, it's going to be engaging here still. KG going in with the dominance. Shin is just going to be patiently waiting for it to expire. Does still have the grand challenge for later.
Yeah, feels like Shin's just baiting out the ultimate as well as the ignite from KG. Now the Renekton does not have both of those tools on his arsenal. But Fiora still has her ultimate. She might be able to 1v1 the Renekton now that she knows that those tools are down. But the Taunt is in the area. It's gonna be a scary thing here for Shin as he recalls away the top side. Good call for him, just having a bit more safety. And now we're getting to this point where it's just a bit more passive for both of these teams. But even though, yeah, both teams have dual marksmen. But as you mentioned earlier, right, for ThunderTalk, they have champions that scale well, meaning that they don't really get a lot stronger when it comes to their abilities, but they get a lot stronger with items. Shin on this Fiora, notoriously strongest when it comes to the 1v1s, won't have any challenger in these side lanes the later this game goes.
Yeah, and the great thing about the composition now of ThunderTalk is that the Shen still can help out in the bottom lane, still have enough time to use the Stand United later on. But this time, Thon's gonna be in the area, helping out Anran, poke him out. Trushet Paraj hits only 1 minion. Chensi as well gonna be in the area, helping him out, aiding him just in time for the rest actually of KBG to know that he's there, and they walk away as well.
Yeah. Also, KBG stealing away the red buff. I feel like they were also looking at maybe diving the bot side, but when they saw Soil seeing them, they immediately backed off. But with the pressure that they put on the map, they're having a bit more time here in the bot lane. Turret's almost down, does get it. So KBG at least getting one more turret on their side, continuing with the bit of the goldie that they have. It is 1,000 in the lead for KBG, but the current game state, it's still very, very close between the two teams.
Yeah, it's actually a great adjustment by KBG. Shin went into the bottom lane thinking that KG might actually follow him, but he actually just remained in the top lane, and Andran was just there and actually winning against this Fiora so far, preventing any sort of side lane threat happening. But this time with Hullbreaker, it might be different this time around. It's gonna be much more tanky, and KBG has to send out more in order to take him down.
Yeah, it's gonna be a huge side lane threat at this point. It's gonna get to a point where they might need to have like two champions or two members to challenge him or to stop him from this side lane. It's gonna be very, very hard for KBG because their lineup really prefers to be a big ball that just deals damage from front to back and mow down members of Thundertalk. But with Shin being this strong, it's gonna be hard for them to execute any of that in these fights.
Yeah, it's back to top lane as well because Dragon is about to spawn in the next minute as well. 29 seconds rather. This Dragon is going to be spawning up. Shin as well in position to just continue split pushing, giving KBG now a choice. Either to pressure him down and try to take him out, or give this Dragon away. It's going to be a very difficult position for them, but Andra9 is actually the one in the top lane, having, again, just the zone control against Fiora, actually forcing him to be just here in the mid lane as well. Can be a little bit difficult here. Fourth on top provides now the chance for KBG to start this objective on the Dragon. Shin is going to be the area, but this is what KBG wants. That Spy as well getting poked out a little bit, going to be engaging. The Charm is just going to be coming through with the quickness into the Grand Entrance. X-Spy is going to be low in HP. The Death Charge is going to be chasing him down. Great use off to the post by Shin to block some of the damage here, but the Dragon is still going to be taken here by KBG. And again, just the winning condition. Great maneuver by KBG, just forcing Shin into the fight.
Yeah, they forced Shin into the fight, and Thundertalk just having full respect on KBG, knowing that they didn't really have a good angle to go in. They didn't even play with a 50-50 on that Dragon, just essentially giving it up towards towards KBG. But we're able to get the turret on the bot side that allows them to have a bit more space. Baron is being checked here by Thundertalk, hasn't been started, and right now Thundertalk is giving a lot of respect, and that is because KBG still had a lot of their turrets, especially this mid lane turret. It's still very healthy, and with that turret still up, it's gonna be hard for them to do these Baron dances that KBG is doing against us. As they're trying to force Thundertalk into an ARAM situation, even though we do see Shin sit pushing on the side. As long as Thundertalk is not able to take down this first tier mid lane turret, they're gonna have a hard time playing this macro game.
Yeah, Thundertalk has to be very patient. You have to stall this game out, because later on, Z and Soil is going to be able to deal massive damage into the fight. And that's going to force KBG to put KG in the sidelines, in the side lane, and Andran into the mid lane along with the 4. But this time, Shin, being alone, is still going to be able to launch away. Elder Dragon is going to be next, the next 2 minutes. And this is where things are going to be complicated for both sides. A lot of things has been considered in every single decision they have been making so far here in this game. KBG has been getting the better trades so far as well, with 2 Dragon stacks compared to 1. Shin as well, still having a bit of a problem here in the split push department, and Thundertalk still just very, very far away from the power spikes happening for Z and Soil.
It could be crucial as well. Chensi did burn his flash in the mid lane when he was threatened by KBG. Not having a flash under Rakan means limiting his engage potential against KBG. And now with a bit of an ARAM situation right now between the two teams. I feel like, okay, before that though, bot side could be a fight, but KG does back away, but X-By is in the area.
Yeah, just lingering down. Andran as well, helping out just in case. This is an adjustment by Thundertalk this time around. They group up close into the mid lane, close to the dragon, and Shin as well is split pushing in the bottom lane. No longer far away in the top side. Might be better for team fighting for them, at least in the early instances. But, however, the hull breaker value is gonna be neglected, if ever. And KBG wants that to happen. And that actually puts KG in a much better position into a fight in which we have seen a while ago in the last dragon fight.
Yeah. I also feel like going back again to that mid lane turret still being up, it's gonna be a crucial point of pressure here for the side of KBG. If they're able to have this turret up when both objectives are up, which is in just 15 seconds, this Elder Drake is gonna be up, it's gonna be so much easier for them to play these objective dance. And you could really see how Thundertalk needs to put more time into this mid lane compared to KBG. But now KG spotting members almost gets caught out, but actually Dragon gets started here.
No taunt, no grand entrances yet here for Chen. Does have the quickness if ever. Shin as well gonna be trapped here into the mid lane. The Elder Dragon's gonna be started here by KBG. They want to take this objective. They have vision as well over this pit too. Thundertalk knows what's happening, knows what they can do. Shin gonna be initiated here by Andron and KG. The package is already gonna be expended here. Not really good sign. C as well getting caught a little bit there. Engage gonna be coming through. Chensi as well using the quickness into the grand entrance. Lucian as well taking a little bit of 2 damage already. KBG has to walk it off. But the Elder Dragon 3000 HP. They have the turn. Taunt's gonna be the area still. Low in HP. And grand entrance gonna be used. Gonna be denied. The Rakan gonna be taken down. The smite is gonna be coming through. Who's gonna be getting this Elder Dragon? It is gonna be KBG. And they're the one to strike this time around. Thunderclaw has to run away, but they're gonna be trapped here in this area. The Taunt is still alive, and KBG wins this fight.
Yeah, KBG wins the fight handily against Thundertalk, able to secure the Elder Drake. The Elder Drake was such low HP at about 100. But KBG in the end gifted that dragon. They are able to go back to their base, not taking the Baron. As we head into this replay right here, we see KBG is the one who is starting off on this dragon, and Shensi does go into this fight. You're gonna see the picture-in-picture Baron is being secured, but going in here, the re-engage coming from Thundertalk in the fight is gonna go from when Shensi goes in. I believe he gets a 4-man grand entrance, 3-man grand entrance. That could have been a big opening for Thundertalk, but they weren't able to capitalize on it, and not having their jungler anymore in the pit means that this Elder Drake was free for the taking, and Thundertalk could only lick their wounds after that fight.
They were split into deciding whether to engage or commit onto bursting the Elder Dragon, and they did neither, and that was the biggest thing for KBG to actually bounce back in that instance. And now double objective, double trouble here for KBG. Baron, empowered minions, and the Elder Dragon for the killing as well. Thundertalk has to defend in this condition. Is going to be so disastrous for them. Colin going to be used here onto Soil. Is still going to be fine, but Shin is not going to be fine this time around. Anna is going to be the one to try and take him down. The Grand Shan is not going to be enough to take him away. And Thundertalk losing one already. The base is going to be exposed. Onto the side is going to be here. Onto C, trying to pin him down. Trying to pin him down as well. The Stand United is going to be used to try and stay him alive. It is not going to be enough. The Nexus is exposed, and KBG is just wanting to reset everything. 2-2 score now. The score is tied, and we're down to the last 3 games. It's a reset, everybody. It's a best of 3 again.
Yeah, we're gonna head into the 5th game in the best of 3 style, which is 3